receptions. So it's not a surprise that one of my favorite stories in the New Testament is about a wedding reception. Jesus, his mother, and his disciples have been invited to a wedding and a party that follows. We in North America now have a whole industry around organizing weddings and planning them and preparing for them. There are reality TV shows about buying wedding dresses and wedding cakes. It is a big deal now, and it was a big deal then. Families prepared for weeks, for months ahead to make sure that the guests were comfortable and felt welcomed. And at this wedding reception at which Jesus is present, something goes wrong. They run out of wine. A big gaffe. The family would have been embarrassed. The guests wouldn't have been happy. They'd been wondering how the mistake had been made. Jesus' mother approaches him and says they're out of wine, and then tells the servants, do whatever he tells you. Now there are there 6 stone water jars, each holding between 20 and 30 gallons. Jesus has them filled to the brim, and you know it's the story of turning the water into wine. I want to talk about how much wine. Jesus created between 120 and 180 gallons of wine, about 78 to 115 liters of wine for a wedding reception in which the guests had drunk all that was provided. There's a surfeit, there's a surplus, there's more than they could possibly need. And on top of that, the best man takes the wine to the groom and says, you know, you've switched up the order. What normally happens at weddings is that you serve the best wine first, and then after the alcohol has dulled the palate, you serve inferior wine, and nobody's any the wiser. But you have switched the order. You have saved the best wine until now. What can we learn from this? That couple invited Jesus, and because of that invitation, what was good, what in fact could have been grand, became even better. Jesus made it better. And if you and I can find within ourselves the ability to invite Jesus into our lives, into our wedding receptions, into every aspect of who and what we are, what is already good, and we remind ourselves that God created us good, can be even better. The very best can be saved for the end. And that very best is achieved, as it was in that wedding long ago, by inviting Jesus, allowing him into our lives, and making what was good the very best.